Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Mike Termini, and today we are going to be doing a collection of Nintendo Switch games that I own. Now, before I really get into things, I just want to say that it has been 1 year since the Switch came out. I'm going to upload this on March 3rd, but I am recording this, I think, February 21st, so it's not that big of a difference, and I don't plan on picking up any other games. But if I do, I'll probably throw it in the end here before I, finish up. 1-2 Switch, really not worth buying unless you really want a party game besides Mario Kart 8. Super Bomberman R, another party game that's really not worth buying unless you want another party game besides Mario Kart 8. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, this is a great game that will hold you over until Fire Emblem on Switch. Speaking of Fire Emblem on Switch, Fire Emblem Warriors, don't buy this game unless you have no life. Now what I mean by that is that the game just has so much content that you literally won't be able to do even close to all of it unless you have so much free time, in which I commend you. Rayman Legends, a game that I bought for $20 on Black Friday, have yet to play, but really want to get around to. Has Been Heroes, it was $10 on sale. Splatoon 2, the biggest disappointment since my birth. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now we're getting into what I consider to be the prime material of the system. So this is spectacular. It is a great RPG. I have not sunk in as many hours as I would have loved to into it, considering I love Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and it might be my favorite game of all time, but it is spectacular of what I've played. I'm around like 20 to 30 hours in. I don't remember the exact number, of course, but this is a game that I like to play for like an hour or two, and then put away for a bit, so I can really enjoy and savor the experience. Super Mario Odyssey. Now you might be saying, Michael, why is this a sealed game? And the simple answer is, I bought it from the Japanese eShop 12 hours before it came out in the United States, so I could play it 12 hours earlier. But I also paid using gift cards, and I bought on like sites like PlayAsia, so I ended up paying like an extra $15 in a convenience fee to do that. So, and then I had to buy another, physical copy of the US version. So I spent more money than I would like to admit on Super Mario Odyssey, though it is a spectacular game, and I don't regret a thing. And now onto the most overrated game of all time. Just kidding, that's Ocarina of Time. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. While I do admit that this game is overrated to an extent, it is a spectacular game, don't get me wrong. I have so many hours into this game, and I really love it. And one of the things that I love about it is the, quadrillion ways to tackle the same challenge. You could go in guns blazing, you could, go in a bit more stealth, you could use the resources around you. It just feels like it's a playground. Now what I really wish is that they took some of these more playground-esque concepts and put them into the battles more, because I feel like you can do it a lot in the overworld, but in the dungeons, aka Divine Beast, it's more linear, which I think is a bit contradictory to its entire point, is that it is this gigantic open world game. There's a billion ways to do it, but there's just a lot of things in this game that just make me wonder, why didn't they do this? I think the game could have been better. The music is the biggest disappointment in Breath of the Wild for me. Now guys, I just want to make this clear. Don't get me wrong, there are good songs in this game. I'm not shitting on the entire soundtrack, but I really wish they didn't go for as much of an ambient sound as they did. They decided to make it more natural. But what wasn't natural was the same natural sounds being played a billion times. And in really generic things, oh man, I want to hear a piano riff a billion times. Well, if that's what you want, this is for you. And it kind of angers me to say this, because again, it's not a bad game. I really like it, but I think it could have been more, and that alone disappoints me. That being said, I still probably give the game an 8 out of 10. Now on to my current favorite game on the system, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I stream this game all the time on Twitch. I'm going to shamelessly plug it. Follow out Oshawan on Twitch. I appreciate it. But this is a game that I really love, and I rediscovered it with playing with Chudat, of all people, the famous Super Smash Bros. Player who wobbles people's souls to death. So, he streams it a lot, and I own the game, but I didn't really play it with them. I was just kind of spectating. I am a mod on his channel, but I was just like, hey, I don't need to play with these guys. I can just watch and have some fun. But one night I was like, screw it. I'm going to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with them, and it just clicked. I love it. It's so much fun. It's hectic, it gets your heart pounding, it actually requires some skill, and I hate to say that, because I always thought of Mario Kart as just an RNG party game, but it's not. There are actual, skill-based things. Getting all these turns down, finding an OP cart, heavies with bikes are just busted, but I play Toad, because Toad is god tier. I love this game, and it is so much fun to me, and I will continue to play it until I get bored of it, but I don't see that happening for a very long time. So let's knock these out before I forget. The collector's editions of my physical games. We have the Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle Collector's Edition. Very fancy. I would have loved to have a place to put the statue, but I really don't. So it's just kind of sat in this box on my counter for around a half a year. Fire Emblem Warriors. I don't know why I bought the collector's edition of this game, but I did. I bought this instead of the Xenoblade Collector's Edition. My priorities are clearly not straight. Speaking of great quality, Breath of the Wild Collector's Edition, which, oh god, this is gonna, if you're a Zelda fan, this is gonna hurt your heart. Michael, when he was carrying this microphone, when I accidentally caught the cord on the statue, and it just might have, you know, snapped in half, and it just might have crushed his soul and made him really upset. But I still have the other bits, so the way I'm looking at it is I have a really good paper cutter now, and this little bit of the flower, I mean, it would look great with a prom dress, so I'm just going to use it in that kind of way, so I can at least do something with this. But in all seriousness, I'm going to try to do a get a repair on this. It's very unfortunate, it happened today, and I was very upset with myself. I was like, that's not a fucking cheap collector's edition, Michael, why did you do that? And of course it was an accident, I wouldn't break something like this on purpose, but it's still, like, it hurt. Now that we have accidents besides my birth out of the way, we can move on to the important stuff. Just kidding. We're going to move on to digital games. So I'm going to do these really quick, because a lot of these really aren't worth talking about. Picross S and Pick-a-Pix Deluxe. I have a full review of Pick-a-Pix Deluxe on my channel. Really good game. I recommend it if you are a fan of Picross and just puzzle games in general. And Picross S is a definitive version of traditional Picross, and that is really fun, and I enjoy it, and I play it a lot. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, really good game. It's the same as the PS4, Xbox One, and PC version, except that it has lower frame rates at bits, but you still can get all the DLC, and it's still really fun. I almost platinumed the game on PS4, and yeah, I still bought it on Switch, because I really enjoy the game, and I find it fun personally as a Dragon Ball fan, though it is slightly repetitive, and if you own it on the other versions, I can't really recommend it because it's the exact same game. Sonic Mania, spectacular game, buy it. Minecraft, I was really bored one summer night, and I bought it, and I actually really enjoyed it. It runs great on the Switch, and it's just Minecraft. It's the same fun game that people have been playing for years. Mighty Gun Vault Burst. A lot of people don't talk about this game, and I just don't understand why. It is a great game. It reminisces the OG Mega Man games on the NES, and it's just really fun, and I enjoyed it a lot personally, and I highly recommend you play it if you're a fan of 2D platformers. Now, if you love 2D platformers, I'm sure you have played Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is arguably my favorite game of all time. It's up there with Pokemon Fire Red and Xenoblade Chronicles, but it is spectacular. It is the pinnacle of what a 2D platformer should be. The tight controls, the innovative level design, and the plethora of free DLC that has come out with this game is just truly outstanding. One might say it's outstanding Oshawott 2. And on to the final game here. A game I have not touched, and I bought it on launch. Snipper Clips. Who doesn't love Snipper Clips, guys? It's a great game. You play it with 2 people, but except you need another person to play it with, and I didn't have another person to play it with, so instead I just decided to regret my purchase. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you want to hit that subscribe button, go ahead. And thanks for watching. I already repeated myself. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Follow me on Twitch.